May not feel like it, but summer is officially over in Minnesota, and while that usually means the end of mosquito season, not so fast. The warm start to fall has kept the pests around a little longer than usual. Se Kwon has more on the autumn mosquito outlook from Burnsville.
Good morning. We are just along the Minnesota River here in Burnsville, and today the Metropolitan Mosquito Control District will be doing some extra sampling to see where the mosquito population is at right now. Joining us this morning is Alex Carlson. Let's first talk about how you guys actually test for those mosquitoes and get those samples.
Yeah, so we do a number of different ways to collect mosquitoes, but one of the main ones we use is CO2 traps. So mosquitoes are attracted to our carbon dioxide, and when they are finding us, we set up traps that basically mimic a person's breathing. So this uses dry ice to give off carbon dioxide, and then mosquitoes are attracted to it, and a little fan blows them into this net, and then we collect these nets, and then we count up the mosquitoes.
Yeah, you have a little vial in your hand too that kind of shows the active larva. Can you just describe this for us and kind of what we're seeing here?
Yeah, so this is the first stage of mosquitoes. They start off in water in a wetland where their eggs hatch, and they live as larvae for usually about a week. When it's cooler, it might be a little bit longer, and then they come out of the water. So part of the surge that we saw in September was because we got a lot of rain, and all those eggs hatched, and then a week or two later they started coming out of the water, and people noticed them. Yeah,
and people have been talking about that. They were saying, it seems like it's worse now than in the last few months. That's not necessarily true, correct?
District-wide, it's not true. I mean, mosquitoes have been on the decline just on average, but there are a couple pockets, especially along the rivers, when those riverbanks overflowed. They hatched a couple of mosquitoes that might not have hatched earlier in the year. So definitely some big, high numbers in certain areas.
Yeah, absolutely. Really quickly, I want to touch on West Nile virus. We know that has been especially prevalent in recent months. What is the update on that here?
Yeah, so West Nile, we've had our highest number of human cases in Minnesota so far this year that we've had in at least 10 years, about 70 cases this year, mostly outside of the Twin Cities. But it's still important to remember that mosquitoes will be active until it's really cold, and so don't put that bug spray away yet, because the end of the season is when West Nile activity tends to peak.
And really quickly, you were saying that the mosquito season has kind of extended a little bit in recent years.
Yeah, just the way that our climate has been changing. Warmer Septembers means mosquitoes tend to stick around longer, so we're seeing about 13 more days of mosquito season than we did 30 years ago.
Great news for Minnesotans. All right, Alex Carlson for us. Thank you so much for your time. So as you are planning your camping trips, your backpacking trips, whatever it is, not only do we have to worry about mosquitoes, we also have to think about those ticks. They can survive for, of course, much longer through those colder months. So make sure that you are checking your dogs, your pets, and making sure you're checking yourself as well. In Burnsville, Se Kwon, Fox 9.